Welcome to episode 3 of Miami Bros Pod. I'm Nathan.
I'm Gio.
Alright, today we will be talking about college stories. And I'll take the lead for this one, and he will chime in when he feels fit to do so.
Also, before you start, I do want to let you all know that we are recording at the same day as our last episode, so
Yeah,
we're not
sure.
bums. We are recording the same day. All right.
Well, yeah, so we all went to the same college for the first probably 3 years. We all went to BC. Who cares? We graduated already, so nobody will know. But yeah, so I give you a little backstory of my high school career. I was those nerds. Let's just be honest. I was those nerds. I wasn't those anime nerds running around, fighting people and doing that. No, but I was just that kid. Everybody knew me because the school was small. But let's be honest. I was a gook. Real talk. I've seen pictures of what I looked like back then, and I realized no one that didn't get anywhere.
It's all right, Nate. We all looked rough back in high school, so.
Yeah, but you still got women. Back in the past, obviously. Well, yeah, so, I didn't have as much experience. Also, actually, I was in a relationship for my 11th grade year. So, shout out to her, I guess. But anyway, so I didn't really have a lot of experience going into college of...
Oh, we'll start off with that story.
What's the...
Oh, wait, no, you're going to... Okay, sorry.
No,
Go ahead.
oh,
No,
I
go
didn't
ahead.
tell us...
No, continue.
Okay.
Continue, and then we'll come back to that after.
Okay, remember that. All right, so yeah, going into my freshman year of college, I didn't have as many, experiences with women. And also, crazy thing about that, my mom sent me to college earlier for some reason. So I started in July when everybody was still partying and having fun, and I was very upset about that. And shoot, like I said last episode, I was a scared kid, so I was kind of upset going to college that early and not really knowing what I was doing. But anyway, I digress. So I'm going to just give y'all the details. I like to give details. So this may be a 2-hour pod, but not really. Anyway, so freshman year of my full schedule of 6 classes, I had a psychology class. And I don't know why I took it. I think my advisor just put me in it, but if you know anything about psychology in college classes, it's just dumb women. That's all it was in there. It was literally 3 dudes, and to be honest, I was the best looking one. They were all old Hispanic people, and or not old, but they were Hispanics, and let's be real. Anyway, so in that room, I was kind of intimidated, to be honest, but I thugged it out. So beginning of semester, cool, we do our stuff. I saw this girl. I was like, oh, she bad. I like that. But, obviously too scared to talk to her. So I didn't talk to her literally for the whole semester. I gave her a couple looks. Yeah, I know. I gave her a couple looks here and there. But, I never actually had the courage to talk to her. Then towards the end of the semester, I was like, bro, we're in college. We might as well freaking just take chances for once in my life. So it was like maybe 3 classes before the class is over. And then... she showed some interest. Like, she looked at me too when I look at her. I look away, freaking scaredy cat, whatever. So yeah, we were doing like a project or something like that, and then she was sitting towards the corner closest to the board, and then I was like, you know what? Oh, I'm skipping a step. Sorry. Even though we had a psychology class, we also had we had PE afterwards. So I don't know why they're PE in college, to be honest. But anyway, so when I go to PE, I would see her and she would be running around, and then she used to say hi and wave at me, and I was like, oh, cool, cheesing, whatever. So we had a little chemistry, a little something. So when that day came, the 3rd day of class, or before class was over for the semester, she was sitting down by herself in the corner when we were listening to the projects. And then I was like, I'm going to sit next to her. Because I was sitting next to this dude the whole semester anyway. So I was like, I'm going to sit next to her. I said, oh, what's up? How you doing? And she said, good. And that's all I said to her for the whole day. Yeah.
That's an
And
L right
then-
there, Nate.
Yeah, it was. But like, and then I'll fast forward a little bit. When I eventually did get her number, she was like, "Why did you not talk to me?" And I was like, "Well, I was trying to listen to the project. I was curious and actually interested." She was like, "Interesting," and I was like, "Damn." So I folded in without even knowing. So yeah. So fast forward, she said she had tattoos on her, and I was like, "Bro, fire, love." I won't say that part.
Don't
I
set
liked her
yourself up,
tattoos.
Nate.
Yeah, I liked her tattoos. And I didn't have tattoos at the time. Now I have 3, but and I'll tell you the story about my first tattoo. So she had tattoos, and I was like, "Oh, that's fire. Where'd you get your tattoos? Did it hurt? You know, stuff like that." So I came up with a plan in my head. I'm gonna be like, right before we leave, I'm gonna be like, "Yo, what's the tattoo artist you went to? Let me get it." And then I was gonna ask for her Instagram. And I was like, in my head, that was the perfect plan ever. I was like, yo, this is foolproof.
You know, it's actually pretty good, Nate, because it's better to ask for Instagram these days than phone numbers.
Yeah, I learned that
Yeah.
very fast because at least I know if they read it, I know I could just fall back and not actually try to double text. Even though my pride is very high, I rarely double text. But at that time, I was a simp.
I was just about to say simp, so.
I would have double text. So yeah, so the last day of class comes. First of all, I was at home and I totally forgot we had one more class. Cause the lady, our professor, she was like, "Oh, if you already presented, you don't have to come." And I'm thinking, I'm on my couch. I'm like, "Oh, that's cool. Bet I'm gonna stay here." Then I realized, damn, I actually gotta go back because I didn't get my grade yet. So I was like, "Oh, I have to go back to class." So I went to class real fast. It was late. I was late by like 30 minutes. And then she was there, thankfully, that day. So yeah, so I come in late. I look at her, and then we smile, whatever. So then we're leaving for the class, and then I'm walking beside her. Oh, bro, this is crazy.
This sounds like it's about to get bad.
Yeah, I'm walking beside her, and then I was like, bro, I was nervous. So then, on the way to the door, there's a bathroom. So I just went to the bathroom. Yeah, I went to the bathroom, and then when I came back out, she was already going down the stairs or whatever. So I kind of like hurried up and sped walk. And then we're about to pass where the cafe is. I remember this. Wow. Now I remember this story detail for
I
detail.
hate that cafe.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Why? Oh. Well,
Different time. Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm like, I was like, hey, yo. Let me get the tattoo artist Instagram. And she was like, oh, yeah, bet. So she pulls out her phone. First of all, I thought she was going to take my phone and type it in, which in my plan, that's how it was going to go. But she didn't do that. So then she was like, oh, yeah, she typed it in her phone, and then she showed it to me. And I was like, okay, bet. So I was typing it, and I was like, okay, thanks. And then she turned around so quickly. I was like, oh, my God.
Oh, my God. Nate. I'm
She
thinking,
turned
are
around
you going to put it together? Be like, let me get your number 2 right after,
Well, I was, but then the way she turned around, I was like, damn. She
Nate.
turned around so quickly, started walking back to her car. I was like, wait. Let me get your Instagram, too. And then she smiled, and she's like, okay. So she gave me her Instagram.
Hold on. I want to hear how the story went bad. Go ahead. No, keep going. I'm just interested.
I'm telling you the freaking whole story.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah. This is gonna be a decent story. So I got her Instagram. Cool. And I promise you, when I got that Instagram, I went to the rec room, and I was so happy, bro. Anybody looked at me, they're like, "Why is this dude smiling so hard?" But yeah, so I got the Instagram. Super happy. Cool. We started texting a little bit here and there, and then eventually I got her Snapchat. And at the time, Snapchat was popping.
Yeah.
So my riz, quote unquote, or how I like to sauce up women is I take the long approach. I don't usually, slide in the DM and be like, yo, let me take you out.
I want to pause you right there,
Go
Nate. Have you ever seen that illustration?
Mm-hmm.
How can I PG-13 explain this? Of the girl on the couch.
Oh, and then the turns.
There's guys
Yeah.
lined up,
And then
and there's the one person with the flower.
Yeah.
That's what you sound like right now.
Yeah. It doesn't get any better. This is actually one of my most down bad stuff also.
Go ahead.
So I get her Snapchat. I come up with another plan. Okay, before we started recording, I told Gio about this, how when on Snapchat you used to send hella videos to people and be like, send to all. I remember now. That's what I did to her.
Mhm.
So I was washing my car, and then I was like, "Yo, pull up to your boy car wash." I didn't really have a car wash. I was just saying that. I was like, "Pull up to your boy car wash," and then I sent it to her, and I was like, "Sent to all at the bottom," just in case she read it and didn't reply to me, so I didn't feel as bad about myself. So then she was like, "Oh, bet, how much you charging?" And I was like, "Shoot, for you, I'll do it for 15." And she was like, "Oh, bet, that's a steal." I was like, "Yeah." She ain't never come over, but that was my step into actually talking to you.
You're
So
killing
then,
me.
fast forward, we're actually talking on the regular now. I got her number. Cool. We FaceTime. Cool. She don't work there no more. She worked at Dairy Queen, by your house or your old house.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, by your old house.
Yeah, I know that is, yeah.
So before she's like, "Oh yeah, pull up to Dairy Queen." I was lactose intolerant. I didn't even want no ice cream. I just wanted to see her because I was that whipped. Anyway, there's a Dairy Queen closer to my house, and I was like, "Oh, bet she's down the street, 5 minutes. I could just pull up, chill with her, all of that." She sends me the location. This girl's freaking 20 minutes out east, and I really wanted to see her, so I was like, "Shoot, I'm gonna take that drive." I get there, there's no seats because it's a building, and it's just a walk-in. How I don't know if you know how Dairy Queen is, but it's just or that Dairy Queen anyway. But it's just a building where they are and the machines. There's no sit area, but it's on the outside. On the
Yeah,
side
it's on
of
the
the
outside. I
house, yeah.
remember now. Yeah.
So I literally, the first time I went to go see her at work, I literally stayed there for maybe 2 hours, just talking to her. And then every time a customer came, I went up to the side, waited for her to take their order, and then came back. It came to a point where one of her coworkers was like, "Damn, he's still here?" And at that point, I was like, yeah, I probably should get going. I practically stayed her whole shift at that point. But yeah,
Damn,
so
man.
yeah, that became a regular thing. I didn't stay 2 hours every time, but I would go visit her at work. And yeah, so okay, so now this is where the part comes.
Gets embarrassing.
Yeah.
I'm waiting to hear it, Nate, because first thing I want to ask you
Yeah.
is how long were you talking to her, just in general, before you get to the bad part?
Up to this point, probably.
Like just for that
like
period.
in total.
Like in total before it got like
Before it got
embarrassing,
sad,
I guess, or whatever.
Embarrassing. Probably. We were good for like a good, I'll say 3 months. Like,
Nate, stop right there. Don't talk to me no more.
what you mean?
3 months?
Of us talking. Like, we would go out, we would see each other. It's not like,
Nate.
what you mean? Nah, okay,
Let me tell
explain
you
that.
something.
Yeah,
Let me-
explain
let me
this.
tell you
'Cause I'm
something,
really
Nate.
actually confused.
No one needs 3 months to figure out if they want to be with you or not.
Oh, I see what you mean.
If it's 3 months, at that point, they're using you for a good time,
And attention.
attention, a reminder that somebody wants them, someone that, I don't know if you did, spend money on them while they go and do other stuff with possibly other people. It does not take 3 months. Nate, what I told you in the last podcast, women are the
Just
same
as bad.
as men. Stop
Yep.
treating them differently. I promise you. Any woman that is crazy over you will want to cuff you. Is that what people still use these days?
Yes.
Yeah,
we still say that.
Yeah, they will want to cuff you right away because they're not gonna want. Look, they're not gonna want you for anybody else.
Indeed.
It will
You're
not
right.
take no 3 months. I promise you. So with that, continue, Nate.
And yeah, that's why it's my down bad moment, because I prolonged this for practically. All right. Anyway, let me continue because I'm gonna skip paces. So yeah, we do that for a little bit. I go see her. She still goes to BC, so I see her, in passing, and we sometimes go. Yeah, we eat at the cafe or whatever, or we go get some food or cool. So yeah, we're hanging out, and I had a relationship before this for practically a year. So, I'm still a lover boy. I'm still, a kid who I was looking for a relationship, pretty much. And like Gio just said, it doesn't take that long for a girl to know. Which at that time, I was young, naive. I just thought, wow, she's a cool girl. I like to hang out with her. So I'm gonna skip a couple parts and get to the juicy part.
Mhm.
So we're hanging out, cool. You know, we see each other practically every day at school. She came to my. I used to work at Starbucks. She came to my job. I got her a couple drinks sometimes with her friends. Cool. So I don't remember the timeline accordingly, to be honest, but so we were texting, and then the next day at BC at school. So I was walking her back to her class. I was with the boys actually. And then I was like, she called me. She's like, "Oh, where you at?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm over here." She's like, "Oh, come walk us in my car." I was like, "Okay, bet." So I walk her to her car, and then I was bold. Today I was feeling good or something. So I walk her to her car. She sits down in her car and she's about to leave. And then I lean in and I give her a kiss
Kiss where?
on the lips.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out where it's gonna go bad.
No, this part's good.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah, this
All right.
part's good. So yeah, actually, I'm messing this up. The day before that day, we kissed, and I was freaking cheesy. I was so happy. So then the next day, when I was walking her to her car, this is the bad part. Until this day, I don't really know what happened, but in my mind, I don't know. So
Yeah,
up
bad
until-
breath, Nate.
No,
Oh.
I don't think so. Hope not. Anyway, so I walk her to her car. She sits down, and I lean in to kiss because the day before that we kissed, and I practically made out. And I was like, bet. So this is what we doing now. So cool. So I lean in for a kiss, and I don't know if she was joking or not, but she moved her head. And then at that time, I was like, oh, you don't want your other niggas to see. I just said that because I was trying to be funny. I was trying to be funny.
If you want to know what the wrong thing to say is, do exactly what this man just did.
And
You know what that's the equivalent of, Nate? That's the
Go ahead.
equivalent of when you bring up a memory to your girlfriend and she's like,
I don't
wrong.
Wrong,
Yeah,
wrong woman.
yeah,
Yeah.
but they don't use the word woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the equivalent of that. So let me hear how this ended up, Nate.
Okay, so I don't know if she was if she was playing around with me. I don't know because I didn't stay. I was so embarrassed that I was like, oh, "Okay, I'll see you later." And then I went back to hanging out with the boys after class. I don't remember what I told them. I think I was in shambles pretty much. But that's the first of the worst parts. So let's just fast forward. I don't know, a week or whatever.
Yeah, let's get to the bad parts, Nate.
Yeah, I'm getting to the bad parts. All right, so after class, we used to hang out a lot. Anyway, so she lived maybe 5-10 minutes from the school. So we were hanging out one time, and she's like, "Oh, I gotta go pick up something from my house." She's like, "Just follow me." And this is the perfect way. I know I'm a simp, and I don't really know how to talk to women at the time, but this was foolproof. Anytime I wanted to go into a girl's house, I would be like, "Hey, yo, can I use your bathroom?"
I
real
knew
quick?"
you was talking about some damn bathroom.
It worked literally every time.
I don't know, Nate. I never did that. Go ahead.
Well, okay, you were very advanced, Gio. We know this. All right. Allegedly. Anyway, so she goes to her house. I'm like, "Oh, yo, I use your bathroom." She was like, When she said, I was like, "Okay, it's straight, it's straight. I don't wanna impose.
Intrude.
Impose. That's the word I was looking for. But both, anyway, I didn't want to intrude. So I was like, "Oh, that's cool." She's like, "No, that's fine. It's fine." So she was like, she invited me in, and I used the bathroom. In my head, I'm like, "Okay, I'm here. This is like, all I gotta do is do what it do." You feel me? And so she gets her stuff. I come out the bathroom. She's staring at me and looking at me, and I'm like, I'm in danger. And by that, I mean I didn't do anything, and we left.
Wait, so let me get this straight. You said you came out of the bathroom, you were sitting down, whatever, and she was looking at you a certain kind of way.
No, I was standing up.
Okay, but she was
yeah,
looking
we was
at
in
you.
the walkway, and yeah, she was looking at me, and I was like,
You was what, like, all right, bye?
no, we both left at the same time. Like we were going somewhere afterwards, but we had enough time where I could at least kiss her. Yeah. And then we left. I don't remember what we did that day, but anyway, that's besides the point. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I went in her house one more time after that and didn't do anything.
Great.
So at this point, I won't even blame her because she probably really liked me, and I just
Never did anything.
literally,
See, that's the thing, you know.
I was just very inexperienced
I mean, you can say inexperienced, right? There's one thing, Nate.
and insecure
Uh,
and had no confidence.
all right, Nate. All right, Nate. I ain't expect you to get into all that. Anyways,
Oh, that's not even the bad part. If you think I was done.
oh well,
Yeah.
let me
Yeah,
add
go
in something
ahead.
here. Women want you to take the initiative.
Learn that the hard way.
They will give you lots of signs,
Mhm.
and they'll give you no signs at the same time, and still expect you to know for you to know for both situations.
Mhm. Yep.
To me,
Indeed.
Nate, from what you're telling me, I saw signs.
Yeah. A lot of 'em.
It looks
Oh.
like you didn't do anything,
Yeah.
and you kind of folded with that one comment there.
Yeah.
But go ahead. I want
Very
to keep
much.
listening to this.
Okay, so yeah, this is probably into like May. So we started talking like October, November. This is towards like May-ish.
Yeah, you're a simp. Go ahead.
Yeah, I know, Jay. So yeah, so that happened one more time. Went to her house, and then so eventually she was like, and the worst part about it, there was this girl that I went to elementary and middle school with, and we had a math class together, and we kind of rekindled and we became friends. And so during this time, me and let's call her, I'm gonna use her real name, not just playing. Let's call her Julie. So me and Julie went to elementary and middle school together. We didn't see each other in high school, and then we happened to have the same college class together. So me and her would hang out also, but at the time I was so whipped by, let's call the other girl Dairy Queen. I was so whipped by Dairy Queen that I didn't even peep that Julie freaking liked me, and Julie would literally, she would give me signs too, and I was just. But in my defense, we both were best friends, so I just thought.
You know what? I
I
can't
tell you, this my freshman year was terrible, bro. It was terrible, and I actually just remember that story too. So how I folded with that, and at this point, I might as well tell y'all that story too. So anyway, so during this whole time, or at least during this whole time, me and Julie were best friends, cool. She liked me, I didn't know. So then me and Dairy Queen, eventually, I'm like, actually, I did tell her I loved her, but this was when I was breaking it off with her. I was like, I loved you, and she said I loved you back. So it's not too bad. It's not like she didn't say, oh, thanks, buddy. She said it back too, so it's cool. But yeah, I was like, yeah, I loved her. I said that, and then yeah, and I don't know if y'all can see this, but I got this tattoo right here with her. She went with me to get my
Oh,
first
thank
tattoo.
God. I thought you were about to tell me that you got a tattoo like of her name or
Oh,
something.
bro, I'm not that stupid.
I was,
Nah, I did get my first tattoo with her, which is insane in itself. Not really, because it's not.
Yes, it is. You weren't with her.
Yeah, but like.
It's terrible.
Okay. Yeah. And we went to the tattoo shop like 2 or 3 times. I got one tattoo, she got 2. But anyway, besides that, so I was breaking it off with her. I was like, yeah, cool. You clearly don't. We're in college, bro. She wanted to do, she wanted to be free. She didn't want to be in a relationship. And me being naive and young, I would thought, oh yeah, a relationship in college sounds fire. Cool. Yeah, obviously no. Don't do a relationship in college. Let's be for real. So yeah, so I broke it off finally. I came to my senses. We stopped talking for a while. So then I tried to go, and after we started talking, let me stop skipping this step. We stopped talking. We would stop talking like we were trying to date and talk like that. She would text me every once in a while, and then one time she was like, "Can you help me with my math homework?" And I was like, "Sure." Damn. So I was like, "Sure." I literally did her homework for her. I didn't get paid that first time. I didn't get paid the first time, and it's not like we were talking, so it's not like I could get anything else. So yeah, I did her homework for her.
Simp.
Yeah, that's the extent of the down bad part. So all of this whole story, terrible on my part. So then eventually we stopped talking, cool. Then I realized, damn, Julie was really here this whole time with me. She was with me this whole time. So then I'm like, let me see how Julie is. So me and her, we start going out more. Cool. I actually remember this story. We was at the movies. I don't know if you remember this, but I was texting the boys during the movies, and I was like, bro, she's laying on me, and she was like crouched up because she was cold, and I was like, bro, she's cold. What do I do? They're like, give her your jacket, and I was like, bro, I don't have a shirt under this. It wasn't a jacket. It was like a long sleeve, so I couldn't really get shirtless. But yeah, so she was cold, but we were like cuddling, cool. So then I was like, yes. I was like, cool. She's rocking with me. Cool. And then, that's the extent of that day. And then we go out again, maybe a week later. And I was like, y'all boys, I'm going to do it. They're like, do what? I'm going to kiss her. So then we go out. She's leaving. We're in the car talking a little bit. I kiss her. She looks at me. She's like, oh.
Oh my gosh. Well, Nate.
She was like, she said, oh, but I looked in her face and I was like,
Now we know what that old meant.
I could tell. She was like, thank you. It was kind of like she would have just said thank you. She didn't say anything. She was smiling, but I was like, oh, I messed up. So then, yeah, we went home. It wasn't the best. So then eventually I was like, I told her how I feel. I was like, okay, I like you. What do you want to like date? Or I didn't really say that, but I was trying to figure out where her heads was at. And then at the time she was like, to be honest, I liked you 4 months ago. Now you're like a brother and a best friend to me.
What did I say in the beginning, folks? What did I say? Women get tired of waiting.
Yeah, yes they do. So yeah, she was like, I liked you back then. I kind of moved on now. Like, you're such a good friend. I don't want to ruin this. That's women's favorite line. You're such a good friend. I don't want to ruin this. And then, so I was like, oh yeah, cool. So yeah. Then we still stayed in touch. We were still best friends, quote unquote. Then she gets with this dude that went to her, that was in her class, this Indian dude. They are still dating till this day. And she moved in with him, and they moved to a different state. So I don't really dwell on that one as bad because it wasn't my main priority. But still, I was like, damn, that's
See what
crazy.
you lost there, Nate?
Yeah, she told me about him, and she was like, oh yeah, he's cool. And yeah, I was like, oh, this is a fling. I probably could get back, after they break up or something.
No.
So yeah, they are happily together now. Cool. Yeah, nice. Damn, I kind of lost my track of thought of why. Damn,
So-
what was we?
Sorry, our camera died. Well, it didn't
Yeah.
die. It was full up on space, so we had to go make some space there.
Yeah, what
But
was
yeah,
the
you're
point of
pretty
this
much into the best story. So do you want to get into the story now of what I did at BC?
Oh yeah, let's get into that.
Gotcha.
Let's just forewarning. Freshman year is very cringeworthy for me, and
Of course.
probably just me.
I have a story as well to tell.
Well,
Actually, that was
okay.
Cringeworthy story.
Was the gang around?
No.
See, the whole friend group was around, and till this, it's been a while, but there was a good amount of like maybe 2 years, 3 years, they would still bring this up, and I'm like,
I
hate
love
y'all.
bringing it up. Okay, it just makes me laugh, just like just now. Like I was just thinking about it again. So
So
do
you
you
want
want
me
to tell
to
the story,
tell
Nate?
okay,
You tell it.
I'll tell the POV, and
Okay,
then you
okay,
tell
okay.
your thought process on whatever you. Were
All right, let
trying to do.
me tell the part where like it leads up to, and then you
Okay,
tell
go
what
ahead.
happened. Yeah.
Oh, you don't want to tell the backstory of how I seen her and all of that?
Oh, okay. Go ahead with the backstory. Go ahead.
I don't want to take too long, but long story short, I saw her walking around. I was like, oh, she cute little girl, cool. Oh, she's a cute young lady. I saw her, and then me and the boys be in the rec room, and I'm like, yo.
I remember that.
Yeah, you remember that?
College was so weird.
It really was.
It was you're just surrounded by so much people you don't know. You know,
And
it was just so weird. I
Good
hated
experience
it.
though. Even though it was very cringeworthy.
No, I hated
I
it.
advise if you can afford it and don't want to waste money, I'll say go to college. Even if it's like a stay-at-home college, I'll advise it. But anyway, so I see her around. I don't think we had a class together, but we was in the rec room. I was like, yo, I'm gonna talk to her. I don't think he remembers this part of the story, but we were in the rec room. I had my phone, and he was like, bro, airdrop her a picture.
I think it sounds familiar.
Yeah, not a weird picture, but it was like say like hello or something, and I was like, no.
I was being creative.
Yeah, it was no great idea, but I was like, no, don't do that. But yeah, so that day I did talk to her. I don't remember the timeline from the first story to this, but I was more confident in talking to her at least.
So this was after. This has to be after.
Had to.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, had to. But then again, you was there though. You,
No,
Roger, like the whole game, because we didn't.
So that has to be after because remember the first interaction you didn't know her at all because of what you said. So this had to be after.
But I stopped talking to her after that interaction.
Oh, so this is a bit later.
This when we start, just hey, what's up?
Yeah.
This is before the actual. Oh wait, was it?
Nate, I don't think it was before because I think after that situation you never talked to her.
Yeah, so it had to be before then.
No, it had to be. Yeah, it had to be.
Because I've talked to her before. I know
All
that
right.
in that rec room.
Let's stop confusing.
Okay, yeah.
them.
Sorry, because y'all don't know. Anyway, in the rec room, I said they were playing Call of Duty. I remember this not vaguely. I remember this precisely now. They were playing Call of Duty, and she wanted to play. I was like, ooh, a gamer? Fire? She wasn't good. And the dude who was, some dudes that very competitive.
Yeah,
and
I wasn't interested in
he
that.
literally freaking, I don't know, like 10 older. And then she came back to sit down, not too far from me and Gio. And I was like, don't worry about it, man. Actually, I did say, I got you. I'm gonna beat him for you.
Hope you didn't lose.
I lost.
Ah, man, Nate, taking
Granted,
L's.
Yeah. But, hey, I'm a jokester, so it kind of worked out. So I tried to play. I did get a couple kills, but I did lose. And I was like, man, don't worry about it. These just sweats. They don't go outside. And she laughed, and cool. And then that was it. So I'm really mad that I don't remember the timeline of this story because I'll say maybe a couple weeks later, maybe not even that long. So me and the boys were in this pavilion.
But hold on, Nate. This story, it can't be after.
It can't be, right?
Because you already introduced yourself and talked to her.
Yeah.
So you would just be like, hey,
it
you
had to
remember
be
when-
before, but
Yeah. So this situation
I was so
is
embarrassed. I'm surprised
before.
I even did talk to her.
So yeah. So I guess he got the nerve to talk to her again after. I look at my camera dying. So we're gonna wrap this up.
Okay.
Actually, I have another battery. It's okay. But anyways, I don't want to get cut off.
Mhm.
So basically, what happened? I saw her. I know Nate's been eyeing her. And I'm like, nice looking girl, whatever. So I'm like, yo, Nate, go talk to her. And I'll basically peer pressure the hell out of him. I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
Nate, go talk to her. Go talk to her.
And the whole group was there, so it was 3 of us. Was Andre there? I feel like he
No,
was.
Andre.
I don't know. I felt like he was there. I know it was Rod, you,
Andre
and
was
one
not.
more person.
Andre was not there.
Okay. Yes.
He was not there.
Yes. Okay. Anyway, it was a good amount of dudes.
It was-
of
yeah.
our friends there.
It was Richard. You probably think
Oh,
about
it was
Richard.
Richard. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Richard.
All
So
right.
yeah, we all went to the BC anyway. So yeah, we're in the pavilion. I see her walking up, and then she was like, "Bro, just go talk to her, bro." And
She
I'm
was
like,
by
"Bro."
herself and all.
Yeah, she was by herself. Perfect time. She was coming towards us literally. So I was like, "All right, bro, I'll do it." So she comes up. We're in the middle of the walkway, or the pavilion's 2 tables here, 2 tables here. We're in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
The boys are right here in this closest one.
Just
And then-
watching.
Okay. So she comes up, and I'm like, I'll say exactly how I said it. Hi, I'm Nate.
Hey.
I promise you, bro, I was so embarrassed.
Her-
Actually, before that, I said, hi, I'm Nate. Oh, and she looked at me, and she was short, so she was looking up at me, and I looked at her. Before she could even say a word to me, I turned around. There was the table that was right here behind me. There's a dude. I don't know if he peeped what happened, but I looked at him, and I shook my head, and I walked towards my car. I'm pretty sure I left. I don't think I came back. I turned around, and I walked towards
I
my
just remember
car,
dying.
and I didn't come back.
It was like, yo, what is that? This
And
man
then-
just said, hi, I'm Nate.
Oh my gosh.
She had like the most confused, like you know when a
Yeah,
girl,
she-
not necessarily like a stink face, but just like a okay kind of thing. That like that was her face. I was like, oh no, not my dog Nate.
To be honest, I think this was before the story, the first story I told. I'm
It-
pretty sure
it
this
has
was
to
before.
be,
It had
trust
to be,
me.
yeah. So this was before that. It was like maybe the first month of college. So yeah. Okay, now you tell your thought process and your POV of what happened.
No, I mean I pretty much did. I pretty much.
Oh,
did.
that was-
yeah. So
okay.
that was pretty much it. It was just
But
really
yeah,
funny there.
I was very embarrassed. And the worst part about it, even though we did go to the same school, we didn't really see each other after that much.
Yeah, we didn't really see. I saw her around a
Okay,
couple times,
couple
but I was like,
times.
you rejected my dog.
Yeah, but she worked at the mall with me, so I would see her. I would
Nice.
see her from time to time. and take her order.
Nice.
But I never brought up anything about it. And then the crazy thing about it, one of our friends actually, I don't know if they
ended up talking to her,
yeah,
right?
ended up talking to her, but I don't think he knew until he sent her in the
Yeah,
chat.
yeah, he didn't know.
He didn't know until, well, at the point I couldn't even be mad because I clearly
No, we weren't mad about it. It's just like
but he sent her in the chat and I was like, no
I mean,
way. That's
we gotta
same
expect it
girl.
from him.
Yeah, he's a
Yeah.
whatever the worst thing you're thinking right now, that's him. Anyway,
You might have to check through him to make sure you never talk to her first before you go ahead and date
Yeah,
the new person.
literally.
So.
but yeah, so that's my down bad stories of freshman year of college.
I do want to add in something before we
Yeah.
wrap up, though.
Mm-hmm.
So, a very quick story. There was
Before you say that,
go ahead.
so I got my heart broken twice. The first story, and then from Dairy Queen and Julie, and then after that, I became a menace, and I never looked back until I met my girlfriend now, and I am in a loving relationship.
Yeah, make sure to put that in there.
Yes, I did.
Nice.
Very happy. All right, continue, G.
Yeah, glad you're happy. So this is when I came off that depressed time
Mm-hmm.
based off that last podcast. If you haven't watched it, go back and watch episode 2. So basically, I had this friend from school, Christian. Remember Christian?
Christian. Mm-mm.
Christian.
Come on, the shirt dude.
Yeah.
Y'all were friends?
Yeah, we're friends.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, we got a little bit closer. I mean, there was somebody else that I got closer with. We actually ended up skipping class together. I'm not going to go over who that was. But anyways, yeah, so I told him that I thought this girl was cute. It was this girl, she played basketball. She literally was just a regular, I didn't have no major crush. I just literally thought she was cute or whatever. Tell me why he goes, we sit beside each other, and he calls her name and tells her that I like her. Like we're in middle school or elementary again. I'm just sitting there like, I literally was just like this. I'm like, oh my God.
That's kind of like karma, though. I don't know if that's after.
No, this was before.
Okay.
Before. So I guess I just did it to you.
Out of
But
it.
obviously nothing went with that. We did have each other's Snapchat for like
Wait, this was in
school.
college?
Yeah, this was like college. This is like when it
Okay.
first started. We did have each other's stuff for like school related stuff, but it never went anywhere. She wasn't interested. So that was my embarrassing moment because someone decided to say something about a little crush. I didn't even know her, Nate. I didn't even know anything about her. I just knew she played basketball, fit, whatever, and she, looked kind of good at
What
the
did
time.
she say, though, when she came up?
She literally just like kind of like smiled and turned around, pretty much.
At least she smiled.
And then I was just doing like this the whole time, so it was just like,
Damn.
So.
I don't think any story would top mine, to be honest. But, yeah, I guess we can...
Let's go ahead and wrap up, Nate. You can
yeah,
go ahead and
we'll
wrap it up for today.
All right. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Miami Bros Pod. Tune in next week, and we will be talking about more stories.
Yeah, we don't know as of yet,
Yes.
but
Next week, anyway.
Yeah,
no matter what
next
we're
week.
talking about, just tune in.
Tune in,
show
and you'll
some
see
love.
exactly what it is. Show some love. Follow us on Instagram. It's Miami Bro Podcast.
Yes.
We are gonna start posting on there.
Yes.
As of right now, it's absolutely nothing. We're trying to build some content up first, and possibly make a TikTok as well.
Yes.
So
Stay
yeah,
tuned
make sure
for
to
all of
follow us
those.
there, and we also have an Instagram pages on there as well.
Link in the description.
If you want to check it out. Yep. So, all right. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you next week.
Peace.